Hello, friends. Greetings to all watching the video. I welcome you all to another episode of Convo with Apricus. Friends, our topic of discussion today is important of sustainable energy for us. And to throw light on the topic, we have Dr. Sanjay Day with us. And Dr. Day is assistant professor in Anand Mohan College in Kolkata, West Bengal, India. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Convo with Apricus. Now we will start the discussion. Sir, please
Okay.
enlighten the audience. What is sustainable energy?
Thank you, madam, for giving a chance for the convo with Apricus. So, today our topic is the sustainable energy. Sustainable energy includes any energy source that cannot be depleted and can remain viable forever. It does not need to be renewed or repulsed. Sustainable energy can be defined as energy sources that are not expected to be depleted in time frame relevant to human race, and that therefore contribute to the sustainability of all species. They offer sustainability in the form of healthy, safe, long lasting and self repulsing energy sources. In ecological term, anything sustainable possesses minimal risks to the environment and can be reused relatively quickly. So the question is, what are the example of sustainable energy? We also know that sustainable energy example like solar energy, winds. Specifically, solar energy or sun as the main sustainable energy. So the question is how solar and wind affect a species distribution. Sunlight or solar energy is the chief precursor of a plant. By the process of photosynthesis, plant produce food with the help of chlorophyll. In this way, in a ecology, food chain was observed. And there are several types of animal eat each other, and thus way in a ecology food web was observed. So if you tell the common example of food chain, then I tell that if you see the aquatic region like pond, river, this type of aquatic region where phytoplankton are the main producer. Phytoplankton produce food by the help of sunlight and wind. Zooplankton eat the phytoplankton. Small fish eat the zooplankton. Large fish eat the small fish. This is a total cycle that is called food chain. And after the death of phytoplankton, zooplankton, small fish, or large fish. Decomposer eat their body. Decomposer like different types of bacteria. This type of bacteria eat the zooplankton and small fish, large fish. So in this way, food chain was observed. Here, sunlight play a pivotal role. So if we see the any terrestrial ecosystem where we see that biodiversity hotspot means where endemic species are present. These endemic species needs solar energy and winds. Scientist Mayer first discovered the term biodiversity hotspot. Without solar energy, winds, biodiversity hotspot is not possible. The impact of biodiversity hotspot is the kidney in our body. Some factors regarding biodiversity hotspot are the species must have the endemic and 70% of the species must be extinct in that region. In India, Eastern Himalayan region and Western Ghat are the common example of biodiversity hotspot. So we see that the solar energy and winds both act a pivotal role. Scientist Bargman discovered a rule. This rule states that in the Arctic region, where the temperature is low, the body of animal become large than where the temperature is high. Beside this, scientist Gloger discovered a rule where he noticed that where the temperature is high, the human body color is black. Beside this, in an aquatic region, if we see that there are several types of thermal stratification. Thermal stratification means there are several layers. So what are the several layers? Several layers are categorized by the availability of solar energy in an aquatic region. The name of three layers are epilimnion, metalimnion, and thermolimnion. Epilimnion is the outermost layer of a aquatic region where temperature is high. Metalimnion is the middle layer where temperature is relatively low than epilimnion. And hypolimnion is the deepest layer where temperature is temperature is too low. In each layer, categorization of animal were found. Beside this, if we see the impact of solar energy or sustainable energy, we also I must mention one law, that is the Lindemann 10% law. So what is the Lindemann 10% law? If we do not understand the Lindemann 10% law, we cannot understand the sustainable energy or solar energy. Lindemann 10% law implies that only 10% of the energy is transferred from one trophic level to another. So the question is, what about the 90%? 90% of energy is declined by respiration and excretion. The common example is, if the plant have 1,000 energy producer, primary consumer has 100 calorie energy, and secondary consumer is 10 calorie, and tertiary consumer is 1 calorie. So 10% of energy is transferred from one trophic level to another. 10% of energy means 10% of solar energy. This is called Lindemann 10% law. And here solar energy play a pivotal role. Beside this, a scientist tells that Alexander the Humboldt, this scientist founded the species area relationship. Different types of research shows that where the temperature is high, there availability of species is very low, and where temperature is low, species is very high. So scientist Alexander the Humboldt showed that in South America, they give a formula, that is the log S is equal to log C plus Z log A. S is equal to species richness, Z is the regression coefficient, C Y interpret, and A area. Alexander the Humboldt showed that if the exploited area increases, the number of species also increases. Few seconds ago, I tell that a formula. The range of the formula is about 0.1 to 0.6. But if the base is too high, it is 0.6 to 1.2. Beside this, we see that how energy flow occur, or how sustainable energy like solar energy flow occur. There are 3 steps in which sustainable energy or solar energy transferred. First one is the acquisition of energy. Second one is the use of energy. Third one is the transfer of energy. In these 3 steps, solar energy flow occur. So I tell that here uh, temperature is very important factor. Without temperature or solar energy, the animal cannot live. Two types of animal mainly found, that is the eurythermal and stenothermal. Eurythermal animal able to high variation of temperature. Example is human. And stenothermal animal are able low, like snail. Uh, from my lecture, I tell the temperature. So the question is the how temperature variation impact environment. Temperature variation have vast impact on environment. Due to temperature variation in environment, three types of animals were observed. First one is the poikilotherms. Body temperature varied when environmental temperature ups and downs. Example is Rana trigrina and Bufo melanotictus. Next one is the homeotherms. Here, body temperature not varied due to heat control mechanism like human. Third one is the heterotherms. They have characteristics of both poikilotherms and homeotherms like that. So, sustainable energy is right for anyone who wants to ensure the world is still a beautiful and comfortable place for future generation. We no longer live in a world where fossil fuels are the only option, and we now have more sustainable energy resources to choose from. The demand has focus on sustainable energy supply, which implies optimized use of energy, minimized pollution, and a reduction in fossil fuel energy consumption. So, Sustainable Energy Utility (ACU) is a non-profit community utility model created to help energy users consume less energy and access local sustainable resources. The idea of an ACU was first introduced by researchers at the Center for Energy and Environmental Policy at the University of Delaware. So, in my lecture, first, I tell one term, that is a sustainability. So, what are the meaning of sustainability? If we do not understand the meaning of sustainability, how I know the sustainable energy? The concept of sustainability is composed of three pillars. First one is the environmental, second one is the social, and third one is the economics. These are in particular relevant corporate sustainability and effort made by companies. So, environmental protection is the most frequently discussed element. It is concerned with the reduction of carbon footprint, water uses, non-decomposable packaging, and wasteful processes as part of a supply chain. These processes can often be cost effective and financially useful as well as important for environmental sustainability. Second one is the social development. Social development is about treating employees fairly and ensuring responsible, ethical, and sustainable treatment of employees, stakeholders, and the community in which a business operates. This may be achieved through more responsive benefit like better maternity and paternity benefit, flexible scheduling, and learning and development opportunity. So, what are the example? Example means business should operate using sustainable labor, which involve fairly paid adult employees who can operate in safe environment. Next one is the economic development. Economic development is probably the simplest form of sustainability. To be economically sustainable, a business must be profitable and produce enough revenue to continue into the future. So I repeatedly tell that sustainable energy. So why it is called sustainable energy? It is called sustainable energy because it can sustain us for the long term.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving a detailed explanation of sustainable energy.
Yes.
It was very nice to hear from you. And the thing is that, could you please explain what is the difference between sustainable energy and renewable energy?
Okay. Before the difference, we must understand that what is a renewable energy. Renewable energy. Renewable energy is defined by the time it takes to replenish the primary energy resources compared to the rate at which energy is used. This is why traditional resources like coal, oil, which take millions of years to form, are not considered renewable. On the other hand, solar power energy can also be replenished, even though conditions are not always optimal for maximizing production. Some common example of renewable sources are solar, wind, hydro, tidal, geothermal, and biomass. Being weather and time dependent, these categories are not always readily available, but they will reliably and naturally replenish themselves, making them an ideal and potentially infinite alternative to limited harmful resources like fossil fuel. Traditionally, and non-renewable energy sources like coal and oil, which since the industrial age have been used to power Much of our modern lives took millions of years to form, and their rate of consumption far outpaces their rate of replenishment. So these are the renewable energy. So now question is, what are the difference? As a common sense, any of them tell both are same, but there is a something somehow difference in renewable energy and sustainable energy. So first difference is that in the renewable energy comes from sources that naturally renew themselves at a rate that allows us to meet our energy needs. Yeah. And sustainable energy comes from sources that can fulfill our current energy comprising future generation. These are the basic difference of renewable and sustainable energy. Another important difference between renewable and sustainable energy are in renewable energy includes biomass, geothermal, hydropower, solar, and wind energy. Sustainable energy also involves collection and distribution. The energy efficiently acquired and distributed. Another difference between renewable and sustainable energy is that not all renewable energy is also sustainable, but improving the sustainability of renewables and fossil fuels can have environmental benefit. Sustainable energy includes this type of thermal, geothermal, hydropower, solar, this type of energy. These are the common difference of renewable and sustainable energy. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for your detailed description. We will meet shortly. So, what are the uses of sustainable energy? What can be obtained from it?
So your question is very relevant. As first we know the example of sustainable energy. The example of sustainable energy is the wind, solar, geothermal, hydropower are the most sustainable. Wind and solar power are generally considered the most sustainable because wind turbine and solar panel can be used almost anywhere in the world without significantly changing the natural landscape. In a poor family members or in a village where electricity is not found, then we must use solar panel for electricity. So what are the importance of sustainable energy? There are two importance. First importance is that sustainable energy can reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. As of right now, the most common energy resources are not sustainable. We currently meet our energy needs with a combination of several resources. But in the perspective of US, around 63% energy is still generated from natural gas, coal, and oil. Only 18% is from renewable resources. Second importance is that sustainable energy does not harm the environment. Specifically, solar energy cannot harm the environment. And we also know that in our body, for the production of vitamin D, solar energy play a pivotal role. This vitamin D helps in the formation of our muscle. Due to non-availability of vitamin D, several types of diseases were observed in our body. This type of sustainable energy can help improve public health. Renewable energy resources emit little to no greenhouse gases. Several types of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, chlorofluorocarbon. These are the most dangerous greenhouse gases. But sustainable energy cannot produce any greenhouse gases. And thus way, the earth climate cannot change. If we conserve the sustainable energy, the climate is stable, will stable. Sustainable energy is better for the environment and our health. The smog produced by fossil fuels irritates our lung and can lead to lung diseases. The farmer or the uh, the labor who work in the coal mine area or the labor who work in silica, they have a common diseases called silicosis and respiratory condition. So the fact that sustainable energy is better for the environment also ties in with the financial element of how we use energy. Yes, these are the important.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for enlightening the audience regarding the uses of sustainable energy. And sir, how can the sustainability of energy can be preserved for the future generation?
These are the another important question. From our lecture, we tell that sustainable energy, different type of sustainable energy. So how we preserve and what are the future perspective? Yeah. Sustainable energy in environment have huge impact. First one is the reducing carbon emission. Burning fossil fuels which emit large amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere is one of the most significant contributor to climate change. It is critical to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and increase our use of renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, hydropower to achieve environmental sustainability. An increase in renewable energy share can be accomplished through investment in renewable energy product, implementing energy efficiency measures, promoting electric vehicle use, and leveraging innovation like ELISA's battery intelligence to unlock performance. Another one is the conserving natural resources. Another critical aspect of environmental sustainability is conserving natural resources such as water, land, forest. Sometimes we see that when high pollution occur in water, like eutrophication, fish and other organisms maybe die. This type of uh, pollution have huge impact in our body. Such action can be accomplished by preserving and protecting natural habitat and ecosystem, responsibly managing water and land resources. We must see that when toxic element enter into the water, fish eat the toxic element, and this toxic element stored in our body by eating fish called the bioaccumulation practices. Third one is the reducing water pollution. I already tell that water pollution impact in another assistant pollution through recycling, compositing, and limiting single-use plastic. Nowadays, microplastic pollution is common and concern in all over the world. A report was published few days ago that showed in the blood of fish some microplastic contamination were found. This is a very common and very concern. Businessmen can implement sustainable practices such as waste reduction, using environmentally friendly product and material, and promoting recycling in the workplace. Another important point is the promoting sustainable communities. Another necessary aspect of environmental sustainability is the development of sustainable community. It includes making neighborhood more walkable and bike friendly, promoting public transportation, and designing building and infrastructure to be more energy efficient. Fifth point is that encouraging individual action. Everyone can make a difference by making conscious decision about their consumption and production pattern. This decision can be accomplished by reducing energy consumption, eating less meat, taking public transportation, purchasing environmental friendly product, and other measures. Another important point is the government policy. Government policies plays an government policies plays an essential role in promoting environmental sustainability. If government uh, passed some bills in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and the bill must be heard so that people can aware about environmental sustainability and its importance, including enacting legislation to reduce carbon emission and conserve natural resources, providing financial incentive for renewable energy and sustainable practices, and investing in new technology, research and development. Yes,
Thank you, sir. Thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule uh, to enlighten the audience on the topic importance of sustainable energy for us. And it was very nice to hear from you. You have explained the important points, and uh, you have tried to encourage the interest of audience regarding regarding research in the topic. Sir, could you please explain what is the scope of research and development on the topic, the
okay.
sustainable energy?
There are several types of okay. There are several types of scope. Several types of research are observed, like waste energy, waste energy management. If municipality sewage management, sewage treatment plant. Beside this, uh, Ganga Action Plant gap Nomami Ganga was introduced by central government. Beside this, water pollution, toxicological research, uh, fish bioaccumulation research, microplastic contamination research, uh, uh, fish nutritional value in aquatic system research, planktonic population in aquatic area research, species area richness research, ecological modeling, different types of ecological modeling research was observed. Beside this, uh, uh, we must aware about the waste and water pollution. If we are not aware about the pollution, it is not possible for sustainable energy management. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for enlightening the audience on the topic once again, and explaining and informing regarding the research topics in the area also. Thank you so much.
Thank you.